I'm gonna say hey guys every time.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
We made a project board for September. And we're on patio. So far we've dug out the dirt, confirmed the dimensions of everything, replaced the fence, and bought all of our supplies. Weed barrier, leveler, and stakes. We're about to do that. And then we have to go to Pavers and More and get our gravels and our rocks.
So we're just going to spray this down with a little bit of water and do a light tamping so we can compact everything as much as possible. Let's go.
Hi you guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Katie and I'm one half of Highboy LA along with my fiance Cody. We're renovating our 1886 Victorian house. In today's video, we're actually finishing up our patio that we're making ourselves. So this will be a heavy voiceover video. So here Cody's tamping the dirt. He's just kind of creating a super level blank slate to start with. He actually started digging out this area of our yard a few weeks prior to this clip, but he did a really good job. There were so many weeds. It was so overgrown. It was crazy. The yard was insanely overgrown when we moved in. So it was a lot of work just to get to this point. So we wet it, tamped it, and now we're putting down our weed barrier. We chose to do a fabric one because we wanted something that was really going to stand the test of time. This is a patio grade weed barrier, so it's going to maintain the integrity of the patio and the structure above it while allowing proper drainage for any water that comes down. Any more stakes? One more? Final stake. Yay! The liner is on. We left the stump covered because we don't know if we want that exposed. It's probably going to have to be exposed, so we marked it with an X. It's this big hump right here. Yeah, so now that that's done, we can go to Pavers and More, get our stone ordered. Dying to get in on the action. Stay. Stay.
All right, you're good.
Wow, clean dump. Okay, so it's the next day and we got our shipment of our materials that we ordered. We're going in with the large gravel first as our base for the patio. It's called CA7 gravel. It's a type of road gravel. I did get it confused with CA6. I think I called it that on my Instagram video of this, but it's large gravel and it basically provides really good drainage. We are exposed to the elements here in the Midwest, and because it's like rough around the edges, it doesn't like slip or cause any sort of sinking down, which sand and things like that will. This stuff is heavy. I mean, it's gravel, so obviously, but oh my God. When they dumped this in the pit, well, I called the pit, but they dumped it in this area in the pile. We thought that was going to be the best way to spread it around. And I'm sure either way you do it is difficult, but oh my gosh, raking gravel with a metal rake is the hardest thing I've literally ever done in my life. So anyway, I will pop some pictures on the screen of our vision because I don't know that I've shown you guys that. This is what we're going for. Checkerboard, very Victorian style, very English cottage, but we're gonna put our spin on it and use these Victorian bricks that are from our neighborhood that we found on our property.
So we just finished putting our CA7 gravel down. We've tamped it. We've leveled it to the best of our capabilities. We started this at 9 a.m. It's 2 p.m. We just finished lunch. Next up, we're going to lay our FAO6 chips down. That's a tighter gravel that will go down. We'll wet it, we'll tamp it, and then we'll be ready for brick placement.
Okay, so we just finished lunch. Our neighbors actually were doing yard work and offered to feed us lunch this day, which was so nice. And they made burgers, and that was lovely. So we ate lunch, and now it's time for step 3, which is to put down the gravel chips. These are much smaller than the gravel below, and they kind of serve as a transition between the chunky gravel on the bottom and then the pea gravel that will rest on top. These are rough around the edges, but smaller, so they will kind of create that transition, that flow from when water hits the pea gravel, and then it can flow down and drain properly so that we're not ever flooded, which we love. I hope I explained that correctly. Cody will probably correct me if I'm wrong when he watches this back, but I think I understand the mechanics of all of this. This was much easier, it's much lighter, and we just wanted to make sure that it was in an even layer above. I believe we did a 3-inch layer of the chunky gravel and then a 1-inch layer of the gravel chips. I think the worst is over.
I think so too.
We are about to put down the brick pavers, which is very exciting. This is the fun part, we hope. We have all of our measurements down, so we're just simply laying them out.
Yeah, and we talked about this since February when we bought the house, saying, oh my god, there's all these bricks laying around, we could do a brick patio.
Yep.
Reclaimed brick patio, and I think we've come up with a design that's cool and unique, and is also just a great way to use a lot of the bricks, which we weren't sure if we would have enough. So we're really excited to get to this next part, because this will be our first time seeing it laid down, not in dirt and in our heads. In our heads. In our head.
This is the start of the path.
Yep.
Start there, and then line the side brick up until we can, and then from there we have at least this side of the frame of the path. We should probably do 4x4 path. So let's lay down the path with just the bricks on the side too. And then from there, coming off that corner, let's lay down the full patio of just the pavers.
Many different colors, but they all have the tight square
Okay.
pattern. Okay?
Oh, you have them in columns according to the pattern?
Yes, I do.
Ah, okay.
These are
Tight squares?
Tight square, yeah. Tight square continuation.
Mm-hmm.
These are blanks.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, and some of them have like a really, like that has some really cool colors and tones to it.
Yeah.
One of them has like, it's like, I don't know if you see it, it's like a metallic sheen to
Yeah, I
some of
see
them.
it. It's probably radium.
Yeah, it's definitely radium.
And then these is a bigger square.
Cool.
And then there's that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
This interlacing.
I already have an answer of what I think we should
These are
do.
kind of broken-ish.
Okay, so let's
And
just...
then before we lay some of these, we are gonna have to like just chip off. Like we could chip off that concrete real easy.
Okay.
Big, and then back to tight.
Okay.
Cody here.
So we are laying these bricks down and we are just trying to get the spacing correct. We want to go corner to corner for the most part, but these bricks are really old and some of them have chipped a little bit through the years. These were buried under about 5 inches of dirt. Our friendly neighbor was helping us with some yard work and he kind of discovered a lot of them. So shouts out to our neighbor. Thanks for all the help. This part was what we were looking forward to most, but it was really tough. It was tough on the backs, it was tough on the fingers, tough on the forearms. I think I'm still sore from gripping these bricks, but it was really satisfying to get through them all, to pick out the different patterns that we want to see. We can look back and look at the bricks that we chose, where they're placed. We did one special little brick in the center, so we know that that was our center point. The really cool thing was it actually turned out to be a perfect square. We did not plan for that, but it just so happened to be that way. We wanted to use these bar bricks that we had found on the property too to do the border, but it turned out we just didn't have enough, so we had to go to the store and pick out these bricks. So the bricks that we're laying around are a new brick, but they are a what's it called, autumn blend, which is as close to a match as we could find for these vintage bricks that we had found on the property, the square bricks. Getting everything perfect was really fun. There were some of the square bricks that were like jagged around the edges, so we tried to make those end pieces and not in the middle where you would step, but it was really exciting and very satisfying and probably the hardest work we'd ever done in our lives.
It's like 9 hours later. We've been working this whole time, but we did it, and all we have left to do is the pea gravel. Code. We did it. We did it.
We did it. This is our grand finale. We are so excited to get to this part. This is the ultimate payoff. Seeing these rocks fill in those gaps and brush off the brick is the most satisfying thing we may have ever seen in our 15-year relationship.
Okay.
So this part was actually super easy, way easier than the laying of the bricks. We thought the brick laying was going to be the most satisfying part, but we were very wrong. Seeing this gravel go down in between the bricks, filling those gaps like we had pictured in our head for so many times, the payoff is really there. We chose this pea gravel color because it really represents everything that we had seen when we were traveling, when we were over in the Cotswolds, when we see those European gardens. That autumn colored brick tone with that color of pea gravel really just shines, and it works so well together, and it actually blends pretty well while also making the bricks stand out. So this was very satisfying. We're super happy with the end result. So we had the dump truck dump the pea gravel into the driveway, and we just used our shovels to shovel it into the wheelbarrow and then wheel it into place. This was so much easier to actually dump the rock where we needed it to go. We just used your average push broom. We just had this. We didn't go shopping for it or anything. I'm sure there's a couple things that we had laying around that would have worked too, but this ended up being the best result because it brushed it level, smooth, even surfaces. It looked really good, and we did have to pay attention to the depth of it in certain places because every single piece of the patio wasn't perfectly level. So we did have to pay attention to the thickness at certain parts. The other big thing with this patio is we did want it to slope ever so slightly towards the fence line and towards the yard for that water runoff. You do want proper drainage. We don't want sitting water. We're super happy with the slope that we have. It's very gradual. It's not that noticeable to the naked eye, but we really outdid ourselves with this one.
The patio is complete. Now it's time to decorate. This was truly a labor of love. I can't even talk. This was truly a labor of love. We still need to glue down the pea gravel on the inner patio, but I think overall it's looking amazing, and I can't believe we did it.
We did it.
Now let's decorate.
Let's.
We did it.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. The patio is complete. We just filmed the decorating portion for Instagram and TikTok. It looks awesome. We still have some planters to buy, lots more plants we want to add, some more lighting. We have these like balls that we got from Aldi, change color, which are cool, but they're pretty weak, so we might get some different ones. And then the last piece to fill in is we have a new Weber grill and smoker that's gonna go right there, which we're excited about. So we'll have that, and then we'll also have our Blackstone, which is very luxe for us. We're so excited. So that's kind of like our cooking, grilling, kitchen side of the patio. We've got our dining table we got from Menards. The chairs are from IKEA. And then along the fence, we just put some plants, a thrifted shelf, knickknacks. And then over here, we have a little seating area for now. We used our chairs from Business and Pleasure Co. The gorgeous striped chairs that were on our front porch. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys on YouTube. The backdrop is not that beautiful because we did some leveling with the dirt, and that's just gonna be what it is for now. Eventually, we're gonna expand this pea gravel section to go further back, and we will have our Adirondack chairs in a circle with a fire pit in the middle. So we're gonna kind of like change some things around, and then these chairs will probably go back to the front, or they'll move to the corner, something like that. What was that, Cody?
I said we want a little paradise back here.
Yeah. We really want to create a little paradise. This is our first backyard. We wanted to stay true to like the Victorian style in terms of the patio, using the old bricks from our neighborhood and kind of creating the Victorian English cottage look for the base of the patio, but then adding in like the fun, playful pop color elements in terms of decor, and I think we succeeded. We're both very exhausted, so I think this is it for tonight. I'll probably show a clip once it gets darker. We're gonna be drinking our beer. In the meantime, celebrating.